Yeah, I mean, I think there was always an underlying, realization that, you know, mother kind of saw herself as a victim, so she kind of framed her own self-identity as a victim. I'm a victim. I'm in the circumstance, and father has all the power, and I can't say anything. I don't have a voice, etc. And there's all these things I have to hide, and 6 marries, and whatever. And you can still see family fraud is still trying to hide this stuff, right? Because they don't know because when it comes to it, they don't believe father was the Messiah, because they believe the same stuff she believes, right? That it was that he had weakness. I mean, this is what their leadership says on record, right? So this is, so clearly they don't believe in father as Messiah. So we knew that everybody knew that she had like a victimized mentality, but nobody knew the extent to which she would pursue that. Nobody knew the extent to which she would aggressively pursue sort of vengeance against that. You know what I mean? Right. And this is what I think is so shocking and surprising for people. Right. And of course it was absolutely, utterly shocking to us and distasteful to us when we had heard her vitriol after father passed. Right. And that's why, of course, now people know that's why we didn't help her. We could not help her. We had to walk away from her. And that's very important, that Cain and Abel have to separate from their mother, who separates from father. Right. Without that, freedom can't come. If we stayed with her, we would have been part of desecrating father. Right. So there would be no way for the kingdom to come. Right. But because Cain and Abel separated, and because Cain and Abel stayed true to father, who is the subject and the center, then even though she has done this and lost her position as true mother, still the kingdom will come. But it will come through the 3 kingships. Right. And through the 3 kingships that father himself has crowned. Right. So in that sense, my wife then has to play the role of now fill the position of Eve, and play the role of true mother to fulfill what she has fallen out of. But that whole situation, that was a massively, radically surprising thing. Nobody assumed, nobody knew the extent. I mean, towards the end, we had seen, of course, her getting a lot of fights with father, and saying that he was from fallen blood lineage, and his father saying to her he's going to divorce her. So we had seen those kind of things. Right. So we knew that it was escalating, but before then, like when when Chongpyeong wasn't there, I don't think it was as bad. Maybe it was just because I was younger and I wasn't privy to all these things. But after Chongpyeong, we could see really a larger arrogance building in her. Like, I created this for father. Without me, it would never have done. Without my Han lineage, it would never. Without Hong Han money, it would never have been done. This, all this glory is, was made by me. Like the stadium was made by me. The palace was made by me. Even though the father had given approval for the whole world church to come there, and that's why the nations poured in. Right. It was not because she had some power or spiritual power, the Kim Hyonam, whatever. Father said, okay, I will allow her. I will allow all members to go to her lectures. Right, right. Which is the reason why they went. Right, right. No other reason. Right. So, again, not giving glory to the one who is worthy of glory, which is God, right. And his body, Christ, right? His physical manifestation, who is Christ. I mean, that's the role of any believer, right? Any person. It's like white belt level. You have to understand, right? As a believer, everything is for the glory of God, right? Okay? So mother had not even realized that level of understanding, that everything has to be for Father's glory, for God's glory. Right. No, you can't take credit for anything. Right. On your own, right. Because in the end, it's God who had set up everything for you to have some victory that you had, that you think is yours. Right. Right. So, so it was, so obviously we knew she was, dissatisfied, and we felt that she was victimized and things like that. But of course, it was so shocking. And now the world has seen the
Right.
extent of her vengeance.
Right.
You know, going after everything that Father has established, even erasing him from the blessing of marriage ring. I mean, just totally erasing him.
Yeah.
And, you know, we knew about this 3 years ago. We knew that she was pursuing on this path, you know, towards her own, you know, godhood, etc. So this is the reason why we had to step away from her. And number two,
Right.
you know, we were trying our best to convince Mother to do otherwise.
Right.
Right? And I know the public well enough that if at that time, if I said stuff, I would just be an uproar and everybody would say, what are you talking about?
Right.
But now, after 3 years, there's so much evidence
Right.
that even though you want to deny it, you basically have to go in a hole and, you know, hide yourself from it now. I mean,
Right.
if you actually look at the evidence, it's impossible to deny that she has left Father.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm not an idiot. I understand sociology, I understand psychology, I understand, you know, I understand mob psychology, I understand, you know, public life.
Right.
I'm not an idiot, you know. And these people may, you know, hope that I'm an idiot, but I'm not.
Right.
You know, there's a reason why Father chose me, and there's a reason why, you know, Father trusted me.
Right.
You know, we're not stupid, and we're honorable and loyal people.
Yeah.
You know, and material wealth does not titillate us. It does not. That is not our purpose for existence. Because that, if you have honor, that will follow. But if you only pursue that, you will lose all your honor. You will be dishonorable.
Right.
And only curses will follow you.
Right.
And judgment will follow you.
Right.
And that's what you see with family fraud. You know,
Right.
basically what they have pursued is they pursued the love of money, the love of assets, the love of power.
Right.
And they have not pursued the love of God. They have not pursued the love of the Messiah. They have not pursued the love of Christ, which is the reason why they're imploded. You know, and we left with nothing. We have nothing. Had absolutely zero here.
Right.
You know, I was, you know, had to go on Obamacare. You know, nothing. We had nothing. You know, and I don't feel, you know, I feel that was the greatest blessing because we lost everything, but we gained everything because we didn't throw away Father.
Right.
You know, so now the level of people now they're standing up because they know that we're honorable people, and that we are truly fighting for justice, you know, and standing up for the King of Kings.
Right.
The people that are now standing up and working together with us and are connected to us by faith, not by organization, but by faith.
Right. Right.
Because they have their power over their own ministries.
Right.
We don't micromanage their ministries.
Right.
They have freedom and responsibility, but we're united by faith and love in Christ.
Right.
And the level of people that are now, you know, are coming forth, and it's just amazing. I mean, they're truly honorable people that are gathering. You know, it's not like these, you know, sort of money prostitutes or like these,
Right.
you know, people who are trying to profiteer off, you know, these kind of fakers. You know,
Right.
they're real people who actually believe in Father and who are willing to risk their reputations to be cursed and hated to stand up for Father. And it is a great honor to be able to stand and walk with people like, you know, yourselves, people like to walk with such high quality people. Because that's really what civilization is built upon, like the K-types, these high quality people.
Right.
Who believe in honor and believe in morals and believe in, you know, and try to pursue goodness, not just power and fame, money and vanity, you know.
Right.
Those are the R types, you know. But you can see the people who are gathering. It's a lot of more young people, but there's a lot of, you know, K-type quality young people gathering. You know?
Right.
Not just like the freeloader types, not just the ones who want to, you know, poison other people. You know what I mean?
Right.
But like young people who are actually really, you know, valuing their faith life. What is the meaning of being a blessed child, you know? And people who really, you know, and of course there's a whole mix. There's some wacky people too. There's some crazy people. You know, but that's what you get with freedom and, you know, freedom.
Yeah.
You know, freedom and responsibility allows us, you know, all to transcend those, you know, imperfections, realize we're sinners and come into oneness by faith and love in Christ.
Right.
You know, He purifies us and He makes us new. You know, so it's a community of not self-love and narcissism. It's a community of the love of God, of understanding God's grace. It's really a community that's building worldwide, that understands and is filled with praise and worship for God's love. And that's transformative. That builds civilization. That is the epitome of humanity.
Right.
Which is the reason why so many droves are now coming to serve the true Father as King Kings, to align with His kingship. Because they've seen us now. Many of you who've lived in this area, you've seen us in and out. You've seen how we are. You've seen how we live. You've seen, you can only fake it for so long, right? You're going to see the person if you live with them in and out.
Right.
You're going to see what kind of person that person is.
Right.
So all the fakery that happens in the palace, you have to. That only can exist when you're so distant from people. But if you're living on the ground with people, they're going to see who you are, how you behave, how you raise your children, what values you have. Are you a moral person? These all come to reality.
Right.
Right. And I think people have, in the Pocono, mountains here. You guys have seen us. That we're not wackos. We're quite normal. And we live for something greater than our own vanity and narcissism. We want to truly build the kingdom that Father was here to build. And lift Him up as the King.